Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cinema Culture Club. I'm Mark, and to my left we have Julio, and to my right is Jesse. And today we thought it would be a good idea to share our top five favorite TV shows of 2026 so far. We're currently halfway through the year, so we would only be including shows that came out from January 2026 to now. But before that, we did get some movies watched in this week. Jesse, me and you, we went to go watch The Evil Dead Burnt together, but we haven't gotten a chance to talk about it yet. So let me know how you liked it. How you liked it? What were your thoughts?
In the previous episode, I had actually said that I wasn't really excited for this movie, just because me personally, I'm just not a fan of over the top gore. But this time around, I felt like this movie is actually really good. And like I said, none of the previous movies, even though they're not for me, were bad. I would rank all of them around a 7 or an 8. But this one, I would go as to probably like an 8 or a 9, just because it really did feel a lot more like that classic Evil Dead setting. You could feel the Sam Raimi, you could feel the Bruce Campbell in this, and I really enjoyed it. It was a mix of old Evil Dead and like new Evil Dead, and I really enjoyed that. What did you think of it? We got to see it last night.
Yeah, I agree with that take. How this one felt more like the originals, especially with the comedic relief. Like the first one and the second one. Well, the first three actually had a little bit of comedy in there.
Oh, first one, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a little bit goofy too. I feel like they got the production budget for the second one, and they just went all out with that stuff. It made it look goofy, but it was still.
The TV show had a lot of comic relief too.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
Talking about Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I think that's just because it's Ash, right? Because even in like something like Army of Darkness, where it's not necessarily attached to Evil Dead right off the back, or like a mainline series, that one very varied off to like be more comedic, as opposed to like the dark and
well, yeah, because they ran for 3 seasons, so you need comedy to keep that running. It's not going to be all just
yeah, but the one that came out in 2023, The Evil Dead Rise, that one for sure had like no comedy attached to it. So this one was for sure like getting back to its roots. You could tell that Sam Raimi was involved in it too. He handpicked the director to direct it, so he knew what he was doing there.
Again, like just everything that Sam Raimi did in like the old ones, I feel like he touched on a little bit each time throughout this movie. The quick, moving through the forest scenes, or like you said, just the entity being kind of funny while she's torturing people. It's just very classic Evil Dead, and that's something I really enjoyed seeing coming back to this one, because, like we mentioned, the other ones they were something different. They were a different kind of Evil Dead, and it's good to see them kind of mix both blends. Keep the new people pleased, and then keep the older people coming back now that it feels more of an older Evil Dead.
Yeah, like the grandma was for sure a great comedic relief. I heard you cracking up more than once.
She was probably my favorite character. Like, just everything she did, like she was an older lady with a little bit of dementia, and she just kept forgetting stuff. But just including her in all these small spots that would otherwise be quiet, she really filled in that gap with the laugh, which was something that I personally needed while watching the movie.
Yeah.
Wait, so like they went back to like forest setting?
They did, yeah. You know how the last one was like.
Wait, because the last one was in
an apartment.
That's the only one that's been like in an urban.
Yeah,
in an urban setting,
which is a good like. Which was a good like take on it.
Yeah.
It was different than the cabins in the woods and all of the movies. So
well,
that was a good touch.
The one before the last one, they did go to the woods. Like almost all of them are in the woods.
Yeah.
If you guys had a chance to watch Until Dawn, like the movie, it very much felt like that with like an Evil Dead twist.
I played the game, but I haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, the movie's good. I enjoyed the movie, but yeah, this definitely felt like an Until Dawn premise with an Evil Dead twist, which was great. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed the movie.
I'll take your word on the Until Dawn movie. I'm gonna trust you, man. I'm just listening.
Julio, you got to watch Moana, something that we didn't get to watch this week. Tell us a little bit about Moana.
Well, first and foremost, I want a better assignment next time. They got to go to the Evil Dead. I had to go. Like,
duty calls.
I went to the bathroom during assignments, and that's what I was.
Yeah.
I know.
We took the duty last week. We went to go see Minions and Monsters. It's not our fault. We got the better kids pick.
All right. Okay. You know what? Let's. Enough has been said online about the live action Moana. I would like to start with some of the positives. Okay, and a lot of the positives are unfortunately not going to be with what was on the screen. But let's look at the positives. Polynesian actors got a shot to be on screen.
The final boss.
We love
that. A production crew got paid. A production crew got a credit to their name.
Nice.
Some of the costuming was amazing. Like Well, no, some looked bad, like
The Rock's wig, or
the Rock's Palomalu wig, yeah, or like or like as Maui, the Rock is wearing like he's wearing like the leaf like skirt, but you can see his like undershorts on it in some parts of the movie. So, but other parts, like when they're dressing up Moana as the chief, like that costume was like very extravagant, very good.
Nice.
You know, so like yeah, I'm not gonna hate on it. Unfortunately, yeah, definitely a lot is left to be desired, just because I thought it was too soon for this remake.
Okay, that makes sense.
I get what they're trying to jump on though. Like The Rock is still available to be your Maui.
Yeah.
After being the voice of Maui, he can now be live action Maui. So I get where they're trying to capitalize on that. But I don't even think the voice actress who voiced Moana the first time is really aged out from being Moana. She could have been live action Moana again potentially. She wasn't. They have a few changes just because like in the first one they still sing. By the way, I wasn't sure about that from the trailers. They still sing. Yeah. The Rock still sings "You're Welcome."
That makes sense.
He just they add an extra verse at the end. By the way,
okay.
Like they changed the setup because Twitter's not Twitter anymore, so he doesn't make the tweet joke.
Okay.
He makes another joke, and they go into the song a different way. But also during the "You're Welcome" song is where it had like the thing I didn't like the most. They had real effects up to a certain point, and then out of nowhere they just put like almost like 2D animated effects on top.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird. And I was like, oh man, like it was looking good without it. But the crab monster still sings his song, and it was really good. Tamatoa, yeah. So the songs are still good, but definitely like the only people that I would recommend this for is the kids who haven't seen the animated one yet.
Okay. So do you say that because it's not necessarily one for one like adaptation, or?
Believe it or not, it's the most one for one adaptation Disney's
really?
done.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like
I feel like it'd be the easiest one to do.
Yeah, but nothing seems to be missing. Everyone, like, I'll give examples of other live action adaptations. Like when you look at live action Mulan, Mushu's gone.
Yeah, everything's changed.
Everything's changed. When you looked at live action Lilo and Stitch, some things have changed. And then, but the Moana was a great 1-to-1 adaptation. It's just that I thought it was too soon, and I have too much love for that first, the regular version.
Which I do too. It took me a while to watch that movie. I feel like I knew the songs before I even watched the movie.
Yeah.
But once I watched it, I really did fall in love with the movie. The movie is great, the animated one. So I was excited, or I am excited to watch this live action. But I do also go in to watching a live action with a different mentality, because it is, it's an adaptation of something we already love, and we have to come to terms that not everything is going to translate as well as we would hope so. But we can hope that they do it as well as they can. And it kind of sounds like you're making it seem like they did.
It was still a good time, but
it's a good time. But it just, you would prefer watching the animation over the live action.
Officially speaking, did you know that by release dates, the original is not even 10 years old? By release date, meaning the release date for animated Moana is still coming up, and we're talking about the live action one today.
Like November 2016, I think.
Is it okay? Yeah, so like by release date, we haven't even hit 10 years. That's all. It's still a good time. So got nothing to do. Still a good time, but I've been having that good time still with the first one, and then no nostalgia for it yet.
Yeah,
not for me.
Makes sense.
So,
I got a question for you guys. What's your favorite Disney live action adaptation?
Adaptation.
Don't have the best track.
I was gonna say, man, the best Disney live action.
I feel like they always get hate. Like people don't really like them.
I guess I'll go off first, because I don't really like any of them. If I'm being honest, they've all been pretty bad. Even the Lion King one that I wanted to like, because it had Childish Gambino and Beyonce voice acting in that. I wouldn't say that I'd go as far as to liking that one.
That one's a very close one for one as well. That's a close one. For one.
If I'm gonna be honest, I think the only one that I've come really close to liking is Lilo and Stitch, and that's just because I have a personal attachment to Lilo and Stitch. And I thought that one did it well. I know I got a lot of gripe for how it changed its ending a little bit, but I thought in modern days, it fit the agenda, and I thought that movie was great. I would say that that's probably the only live action Disney movie that I enjoy.
Okay.
What about you, Julio?
Probably the one they didn't even release in theaters, man.
Which one?
The Jungle Book.
I was gonna say that one.
The Jungle.
Book,
Okay,
that's a
see,
good one.
That
you know-
wasn't a theater release.
No, that was straight
And
Disney
that, but
Plus.
that,
man.
I even forget that that's a
Exactly,
Disney
that's right.
re-release.
And I do think that's the best. That's the one they should have tried to make bank off of.
And I think the issue with me with that one, forgetting that it's Disney, is because there has been so many adaptations
Oh,
of the Jungle Book. You know,
I
like
think
there's Mowgli.
Mowgli also was live
like,
action.
Yeah, like,
so
so that's why that one just goes over my head. You know, I didn't even think about that one right now.
Okay, so yes,
live actions, but that one is
yeah.
good. I would say that
Okay.
one's good too.
I mean, wait, he said the best, not which one brought in. If we talk about which one brought in the most, I think that was Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was.
Yeah. But that was also one of the early attempts at doing live action, so people wanted to see, you know, like what.
And Emma Watson.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and again, tale as old as time, right? So like, why not try to give it an live adaptation for that one? But no, yeah, I would say personally just Lilo and Stitch. What about you guys?
Well, I went with the Jungle Book.
Yeah,
Jungle
Jungle
Book.
Book. I haven't seen that many. Like I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch live action. I haven't seen Aladdin. There's a lot I haven't seen. But
Wait, question: Would the Angelina Jolie Maleficent count?
I would say so.
Because
I would say those movies kick in. I would say
Do
you
that-
could put
do that count?
Cruella in
Yeah.
there too.
because remember what Angelina Jolie did as Maleficent that doesn't that none of that was in the
Yeah,
anime.
yeah,
So I don't know
yeah.
if it fully counts, but
it's more of an original story.
yes. But if we can branch off into those, then yeah, you're looking at stuff like Maleficent or Cruella.
Because I enjoyed Cruella. I would say that Cruella was really good. I didn't. Is there a second one? I feel like there's a second one, right?
I don't think so.
No,
Or there was like news about a second one. Well, I definitely watched the first one. I enjoyed the first one, so I feel like that can go up there. Maleficent can go up there.
I would say Lion King. Like
Yeah, Lion King,
Lion King
yeah,
was good. I like that one. I enjoyed it.
Also, quick shout out to the Descendants.
Oh, I love
Never seen
all
that.
four
that's
of
a good
them.
one too.
Were you forced to watch that? Or?
Yeah, forced
I
to watch
wasn't.
them.
I actually decided
Forced
just to watch them.
Forced to watch them. Forced to listen to the soundtrack.
By the
I eventually started liking some of the songs like of my own accord, but initially I was forced to like.
I would say I like the stories in those. I'm not a huge musical guy, so like musical numbers
Yeah,
never
same.
really hit like that for me. But like I would say that the stories that they're telling within those movies are pretty interesting, you know. But then Disney does also branch off a lot within like graphic novels, books, smaller little like YouTube shorts where they like expand these universes, you know. And it's something that's nice to see that they're bringing.
There's even that Disney anime on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like a school for royalty.
All right, that's enough of that. Now let's get on to the TV shows. Now that the World Cup's over for us,
I'm done with it, man.
it's still going on, but it's over for us.
The only countries left that I don't like. You know what? I'm going back to baseball. I hear that the hang on. I hear that them Dodgers are doing good.
Los Dodgers.
They're doing okay, I think. Not as good as last year.
They're still number one. Like,
Yeah, no.
imagine you're still in first. People are like, it wasn't as good.
It just happens to be every time I bet on them, they lose. I swear to God.
Listen, the World Cup ended for me the night Mexico broke my heart. Okay, so
Please
I've been
gamble
over
responsibly.
this.
Please gamble responsibly.
State, please sponsor us.
You're a fool. But yeah, moving on from that, you know what? When it's over, we'll give a shout out to whoever won.
Depending on who wins.
And then I'll tell you guys all about some of my favorite soccer movies if you want afterwards. But for now, the wound is still too fresh, man.
Too fresh.
Yeah, too fresh.
Let's get to television.
Television.
Okay.
All right, does anybody want to go first with their list?
You can go first.
Wait,
Wanna
wait.
go first?
Wait, what exactly is?
I was gonna go 5.
Okay.
I was gonna go from 5 to 1.
Okay.
All right.
So, Mark's number 5 show of the year so far has been
Darth Maul Shadow Lord, number 5.
Nice,
That one.
nice.
And like anything with that kind of Star Wars animation style, like Rebels or Clone Wars, I'm gonna be all into that. And the animation for this one was really good. I don't know if you guys caught that.
No, I
like
did.
the water
They-
thing.
Yeah, it was very like
That Clone Wars
Spider-Man's universe.
that Clone Wars animation is now the base, and from there they're just taking it further and further because it actually improves on the animation.
Yeah,
from the
because
Clone
this one
Wars.
had like its own style to it.
It did,
like
its own
with
style.
the water painting. Yeah. It felt like Gwen Stacy's universe in the Spider-Verse movies. And the vibe was also cool. Like it felt like I was watching Blade Runner 2049.
Blade Runner.
I
Okay.
felt like it was in that universe. And I feel like this was a good place to pick up with Darth Maul. You know, like we've seen him a lot in Clone Wars. This is like after his fall of Mandalore. Like
Yeah.
his like Shadow Collective is already
As,
gone.
as always, we have to talk about where we are, because like the Star Wars universe is expanding so much. But one thing they do not do a good job of within context is telling you where you are on the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So for a few people, Maul Shadow Lord happens 2 years after Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that the show doesn't like. I had to like
Search
dig
it.
and
Yeah.
read up for that. The shows never make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the Mandalorian started,
Yeah.
they never make it clear. It's 5 years after Episode 6.
Yeah.
So like you have to go looking for that information. So just people know Shadow Lord is 2 years after Order 66.
Yeah. This is like year one Darth Vader. Like Darth Vader makes a cameo at the end. It's a sick ass episode. You gotta see Darth Maul versus Darth Vader. Of course it's gonna make my list.
I think one thing though that I do want to mention, and I want to give like the writers some props on, is even though the show did make it to a PG rating, barely, right? They found a way to make Maul like imposing within the context of like. So I don't want to hear about how hard it is to make someone intimidating when you're trying to keep, because big movie studios say, oh, we can't make an R-rated thing because then we lose families. It's like, look, man, Maul was a G. Mm-hmm. Within a PG rating. He was threatening. He was, not to give a spoiler, but like he corners a dude, and then all he does is light his lightsaber into the wall, and he just starts moving it towards him. Yeah. And it's like, that's not very graphic, but you get the danger of that. And it's like, look, man, the writers found a very smart way to make him dangerous within the context of this is still for kids.
But you have to, right? You can't call a show Maul Shadow Lord and then have him play half-ass. Yeah, like you kind of have to have him go full hands.
It's not gonna go happy-go-lucky.
And something as simple as that, the intimidation technique of sliding the saber over. Yeah, you get that point across that he's not playing.
Yeah, and it was still like, you have no problem letting the kids watch that. I might have to explain a thing or two, but but I just want to give shout out to that, because that let writers write, man. Come on.
Yeah.
No, Julio, did this make your list at all?
It actually did. So
what number did it place?
For me, hang on, let me take a look here. I had it at 3.
At 3, okay, so, nice.
So for my list to replace that, I'll throw in an honorable mention or something.
Okay.
You don't have to replace
it. This did not make my list, but I did enjoy it. I've been clamoring for stuff like this within the Star Wars universe for years. I've been saying we need to expand past Jedis and Republic. Like, there's so much more rich storytelling that you can tell within the Star Wars universe, and they're not taking advantage of that. And a couple of years ago, we kind of got a dim light of maybe some hope for that. With shows like the droid show that was supposed to be like The Office getting announced, and Starfighter getting announced. They're branching out, with stuff like Rogue One, where it's not just the Jedi and stuff like that. Like branching out and telling us these stories from the galaxy is something that I've been clamoring for years, and I'm glad that they're finally branching out to those. And Maul Shadow Lord was definitely one of those examples where like you can tell a story that's not rooted within the Skywalker family, and it still be good. And you're using one of those characters that everybody loves. Everyone will talk shit at some point about Episode 1. But no one ever talks shit about Darth Maul. And I'm glad that they're finally using these properties the way that they should, because these are money-making properties. You can do a lot with these guys. So even though it didn't make my list, I very much did enjoy the show. I would say I'd even give it like an 8 out of 10.
You all hearing this, man? been clamoring for it for years. It didn't make, and this is why executives say it doesn't. See what I mean? Like,
you're part of the
problem. I hate that.
There was so much other good TV though.
I see. Then it's a good thing. Then
yep. There's so much other good TV. I'm sorry, an animated show just didn't make the cut this time.
Not one animated show.
I don't think so.
Oh, not a single. Okay, all right. I'm curious. I'm curious.
All right.
What's next?
All right, for my number 4 list, my number 4 would be Spider Noir.
Oh, okay.
You guys all seen that too, right?
Yes. Actually, that was my number 5.
Okay, I got it at 2. So
at 2, nice.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, no, that one was really good. I like the time place, the 1930s New York. Like, I love whenever movies are set in that time period. Like Johnny Depp's Public Enemies,
1931.
Jack Nicholson, Chinatown. Great movies.
The Untouchables.
Yeah.
The Untouchables.
I think the only the only thing I want to shout out with Spider Noir is two things. Number one, soundtrack. Fire.
That intro never skip.
It might possibly be the best soundtrack of any Spider-Man project ever. Fight me. Anybody. But number two, my favorite thing is how self-contained it is. There's no homework here. You don't got to watch 2 movies, a Disney Plus show, and read this. You can just jump into Spider. You can know nothing. You can Jon Snow it and just, all right, you know what? I'm gonna turn on this Nicolas Cage thing, and you'll enjoy it. You don't need to know anything. And for a lot of people, that's starting to be the fatigue. Like, I want to watch this, but I don't want the homework that comes attached with it. And Spider Noir completely like takes that out. So for any viewers that have been maybe holding back because of that, just go for it with Spider Noir.
This was a great like alternate version of Spider-Man. And I like how like him and all his rogues got their powers too. They're like
they're war experiments.
Experiments from like Germans.
From like World War One,
World
War One.
The Great War, they called it.
Yeah, back then, they called it the Great War.
Yeah, before the second one.
Like, why do you guys keep calling it World War II? Like, oh, you're gonna find out. Oh no. Why do you guys keep calling it World War One? Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, no, but that one was great. Nicolas Cage's performance, great.
Wait, so all 3 of us had it though, right?
Yeah. Okay. It was number 5 for me. Like I said, Nicolas Cage, fantastic. I'm a Nicolas Cage buff though, so I'll love anything that he's in. But this really was, like Julio said, a great just like jumping point for anyone that wants to get into Spider Noir. I knew absolutely probably little to this character and went into this and completely enjoyed myself, from start to end. I've come to appreciate some of the characters that I guess I didn't know within the universe. One of my favorite characters throughout the whole show was the electric guy. He was funny as shit.
He's like a former stage actor or something.
Hilarious. His Nicolas Cage's assistant, blanking on her name, but she was also she's Hispanic. She's definitely hilarious.
Representing
her role. But the show in general, I don't know what you guys watched, and I watched it in black and white. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
I did the regular color.
Oh, did you? How did you enjoy it in the regular hue?
It's really good because
the colors were very vibrant, huh? I saw an episode.
They had a filter over it for the colors that make it worth it. It's not just
like that Technicolor.
Yeah,
like vibe over it.
It's like in the Wizard of Oz when it turns from black and white like that. So.
I mean, I watched it in black and white, and I know that Nicolas Cage said that he was the one that pushed it for it to be released in black and white, because originally it was just going to be released in color hue, but he wanted the younger generation to start falling in love with black and white, and he thought, why not, introduce them with the character that they love, like Spider-Man, and I think that's a great point. I love that he did that for. I love that he did that for the series, and hopefully it does encourage younger people to go watch more black and white films like Casablanca and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it will. And for my number 3 list, I have Invincible season 4.
Ooh, nice. Okay. I did also have that on my list.
We're 4 seasons into Invincible now, and I'm living every season.
You said you also had it?
Yeah, I had it at number 3 as well.
My bad. You had said no animated shows, man. Yeah,
I guess that is an animated show.
He's a liar. And you know what? I didn't have Invincible on my list.
So
that's where we differ.
Yeah, I only started reading the comic when I saw season 1, and that got me to want to read the comic. So I fell in love with that universe ever since season 1 came out. So that was definitely going to make the list. And this season was just phenomenal.
No, for sure. This season was probably one of the top tier seasons so far. And it's a show that I cut up actually recently this year.
We were doing the watch parties.
Yeah, we want to do the watch parties. We want to do the reactions for you guys. So I caught up, and we were able to get that last season reactions up. And I thought it was a whole lot of fun. Invincible is definitely one of those animated shows that just pushes it to the peak. You never know what you're gonna get, and you could definitely tell in some of my reactions. I didn't see any of that coming. I haven't read the comic books, and now with us doing this, I probably won't read the comic books so we can get those genuine reactions, because some of the moments in Invincible are just wild. And for me to react like that, I promise you it's all genuine, because I have no idea what's coming. So some of those, like this season, Thrag just splitting open, or one of the guys, complete genuine reaction. That was crazy. But this season was definitely one of the wilder seasons. I very much enjoyed it this season.
The writing for that show and the voice acting is so good. I can see how you forgot it was animated.
No, yeah, for sure. No, I definitely forgot that was on my list. And then number 3, that's high up there.
in number 3. Wait, so both of you have it in number
Yeah.
3?
Number 3, yeah.
I'm
I mean,
not.
it
I'm not on
deserves
the.
that spot.
I'm not on the Invincible hype train, unfortunately.
Ugh,
Like
he needs to. He needs
Yeah.
to.
Steven Yeun, he
The-
keeps on getting nominated for Emmys too. So I know it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Julio, what you said you didn't have Invincible. What did
I
you
don't
have
know.
it in your number 3 spot since we had
That's Maul Shadow Lord.
Maul Shadow Lord?
What's funny?
Okay.
So it was
Nice.
still an animated
No,
show.
yeah. Animated show taking
had-
that 3 spot.
I
this
had
year.
3. I had 3 for Shadow Lord.
All right. For my number 2 now, I got Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oof.
Oh,
Nice.
I know we all
Wait,
saw that show too.
at 2. Yeah,
At
actually at
2.
2. I got it at 1.
I got it at 1
I
too.
got it at 1. You see, like, hold
It was
on,
almost one for me,
we're
too.
about to find out. We're about to
I got
find out,
it.
but like, but yeah, man, all of us definitely, all of us saw that on time too. Nobody waited, right? Yeah, it's all of us.
Every Sunday we were sat.
Yeah, just a fair warning. Like a few of us, we're of the belief of we'll watch and we can watch it all at once, but very rarely do we wait week by week. But this was worth it.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. The 30-minute runtime was not long enough.
No.
And 6 episodes.
Okay, but that's what made it good too.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna call for longer runtimes just for the sake of longer runtimes, and then the quality dips. But like, it's everything, man. The story.
And it's a show that they want to be pushing out like yearly, right? They have so many stories they want to tell within this little pocket of the Game of Thrones universe that they want to push it out for multiple seasons yearly. Yeah. Which, like Boyle said, one time we were talking, amongst ourselves, like everything happening within the show feels so much smaller in scope of everything within the Game of Thrones universe.
Yeah, we can relate to it. Yeah, and we can relate to it.
Yeah, and we can relate to it. So like, it's a little bit easier to crank this kind of story out as opposed to the bigger story, Game of Thrones with all the CGI and the dragons.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms to me is more relatable to how my life would have been if I was alive.
As a peasant.
Game of Thrones is not relatable to me. It's like dudes holding land and all that. That wouldn't have been me. I'm Duncan Fleabot. To me that was relatable, man. But
low class peasants,
exactly. But just also like for reference, in for the books, George R.R. considers the Night of the Seven Kingdoms books novellas. That's like, you got the main books, Ice and Fire, the thick Bibles, and then you got the those are like his goosebumps. Like he can like put one out every month. Like I think he said that there's already like 13 books that they can like content that they can just pull and do one for one.
I think the director said he wants to be pushing out like 9 seasons or something like that. Like he's in it for the long haul. Like there's a lot to tell there, and you know what? I'll
give me all of it, man.
I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to fall in love with Duncan and Meg. You know, they're so good together. The actors are played well together. You know, like the story of Duncan becoming a knight is just it's one that I've enjoyed. You know, the whole first season was amazing, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
What's your favorite part of season 1?
Trial of the Seven, that'd be
the trial.
The
combat, like the actual combat, or is it like, okay?
Nah,
the fight. You mean? Okay.
I gotta be honest. The drunken party with the
king, Baratheon, the way they're dancing.
Their dynamic together too. Their friendship, seeing that grow, and having him, spoilers, come towards at the end to aid him in the final battle. I mean, I love that character so much.
Not to be a softie, but me, I'm all about the raising the kids moments. My favorite moment was when Dunk decided to make those breakfast sandwiches for him and Egg. Nice. Because Egg complained. He's like, I don't like this peasant food. Dunk's an idiot if that didn't take.
I know.
So like Dunk hears that and he's all like, all right, I'm gonna go buy something else and make other food. And then he like makes this giant sandwich and he gives him like
half.
Yeah. And he's like, nah, no kids meal here. You get the same. And he bought him an ale too.
Yeah, it really shows his character because like he could have definitely taken more of a sandwich because he's way bigger than him. He's a little kid, but he gave him half.
To me, that's just him being dumb still. He doesn't have the smarts to think a kid probably needs a smaller portion. He gave him the same big portion. But to me, that was my favorite moment because it just showed like he was listening, and even though he doesn't know how to say, hey, I'm listening, I hear you, his actions said it all. Like, hey, I'm I'm gonna go buy this fancier cut of beef, not hard salt beef. I'm gonna buy these goose eggs. I'm gonna make this sandwich, and then boom. That was my favorite part though, just to see that.
Honestly, I think my favorite part was the whole last 2 episodes, like the Trial of the Seven when they're fighting in the battle, and the last episode was a good closing episode. Like you had to like deal with like the aftermath of that battle and spoilers, him dealing with what was the name of the Baratheon or whatever that he got killed when they got killed by his brother.
No, that wasn't Baratheon. That was Targaryen.
Targaryen, yeah.
Baelor,
Baelor
by Maekar.
Yeah, him like kind of like dying in that battle, and Dunk kind of like feeling guilty because it was his fault and stuff, and like the whole town like
mad
at Duncan.
No, I'm with Baratheon on this. He risked nothing. He's a coward. Okay, he risked nothing. The king got what he did. No, he was the heir. He was next in line to the throne. Yeah. He was so like, but no, I'm with Baratheon here. He got what he deserved, man. He risked nothing, and the gods don't favor cowards. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you guys gasp exactly like everybody else when we saw the back of his head?
Yeah, when he took off his helmet and we saw their reactions,
I wouldn't call it.
Knew what was coming.
I know. I wouldn't call it a gasp, but I was just like,
yeah, it was a big moment,
Skull. That literally got your skull bashed in.
Yeah.
By your own brother.
Yeah. And the ending for that show, it led up for season 2 really nicely. We already know where they're going with in season 2, so I'm excited for it.
Just know though that the ending is a little different than the books.
I didn't read the books. How is it different?
I've only done like a recap, but like in the book, Egg has official permission to go with Dunk, and in the show, there's like, where's Egg? Yeah. Where is he? So like the show's making it seem like he didn't have like the blessing, and then in the books he does that. But outside of that though, everything's pretty.
Because in the show, his dad was giving Duncan the choice to let Egg be his squire, but only
but only like
and like supervision,
only under his and
Dunk said, like he doesn't need that. He needs to be by himself.
Dunk said that's not my style.
So then Dunk leaves, and then Aegon, he's like he goes and then he tells him that his dad said it was okay, so he kind of lied to him. So at the end, you find out that it wasn't okay.
I think that was self-preservation by Dunk though, because in the show it's left very it's a gray area on whether Dunk was actually knighted or not.
Yeah, they never showed. Like I don't think he was knighted.
Okay, there you go.
He's a liar.
So that, obviously it would make sense for Dunk to not want to go to Summerhall and risk being exposed. Mm-hmm. Like, and it happened too right before the trial. Like they wanted him to knight Beesbury, the apple dude.
Yeah,
and he couldn't knight him because he doesn't know the oath, because he probably himself was not knighted. So like he's not. So like I'm saying, like Dunk avoiding going to Summerhall with them is just more preservation of like, I could get exposed that I'm not a real knight.
Executed.
Yeah, or I don't know if he's get executed, but he could be exposed as not a real knight.
Get a foot of his ass.
And he did. He did. Like you might hate Brightstar, or what was his name? Brightstar? Was that the actual prince that he had the problem with?
Yeah, the Aegon's brother.
Yeah, Aegon's brother. You might hate him, but that dude had hands. Okay, dude messed up Sir Duncan the Tall. The problem is that once Sir Duncan the Tall went down, Dunk a Flea Bottom came out and boy, like once Dunk said, "All right, I can't fight like a knight. I'm gonna fight like a street urchin." Beat the brakes off that boy, man.
He did.
He was a tank.
Take off those safety brakes and just let him.
Pretty much, that's what he did. He's like, "All right, I can't fight like a knight, so I'm just gonna drag him down to the mud here." And that's exactly what he did. Boy was literally dragging him through the back.
100%.
And only number 2, man.
Yes.
Let's hear it, man.
My number 1, I saw late.
What's his number?
I recently saw this shit. Right. My number 1 pick, I chose Wonder Man.
Oh, okay. I'll accept that. I'll take that.
I
will take that, but
Julio. I won't.
I will take that, but
Did you watch it?
No, I did see Wonder Man, and it's
did it make your list?
It most certainly did not.
Did not make it.
No, it did not. Just let me just get this out the way. Not because I don't think it was bad, and I don't think anything was wrong with it. I didn't like the character. I didn't like Wonder Man.
Yeah, Simon Williams,
whatever his name. Y'all know I'm bad with names, man. Like, no, okay, but I didn't like him in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then when we get all the way to episode 8, it was 8. Okay. Yeah. And even though he saves Trevor Slattery, yeah, I still don't like him. Like the character never became likable to me throughout the entire runtime of that show.
Okay.
For Wonder Man, but everything was good. Like the premise was good, production was good. It just I didn't like Wonder Man. Like if I can't like your character, I'm not excited to keep it up. Sense. But I did watch Wonder Man. I watched the whole thing.
To me, I like Simon's character. I think he was probably the most relatable character. That's probably why I have it up so high, because I could relate so much to him. Like just for like his care and passion for films and filmmaking.
Yeah,
I can relate to that too.
That part, yeah.
And when his mom was telling Trevor the story of how when he was a kid he was lonely, he didn't really have friends, so he like dug all his time into movies and stuff.
He had a brother though, mind you. he had a brother,
an
right?
Asshole brother.
Yeah.
Still, he was,
Oh yeah. All right,
he may have been lonely, but he wasn't alone. Is all I'm saying.
Nah, his brother was an asshole. He didn't appreciate his
moving stuff. No, because his brother saw exactly what I saw. I don't like this one. His brother did the same thing, man.
Like this don't pay the bills.
Yeah.
And well, it's not his fault. He lost the person that encouraged him to follow that path. His dad.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, like when his mom was telling Ben Kingsley that he didn't have friends and like like when Simon's mom was telling Trevor that films were his friends, that shit hit home. I feel like I was a lot like that, just in my room watching movies, escaping into these worlds that aren't real.
Yeah, but you grew up to be likable. I'm gonna stick on that, man. He was not likable to me.
No, I get it. I could see where he wasn't likable, but I don't think his goal was to be likable. At least not at the beginning, right? I feel like you were being shown his faults and his weaknesses, in order to get you to like him towards the end. And I know that you said even towards the end you didn't like him, but I think the goal was to show you that like not all superheroes are perfect. Like they have their faults, and someone coming into age at that age with their powers must be difficult, And not only is he going through a lot in his personal life, now you're tacking on learning that he's a super gets a little complicated, right? Mm-hmm. But the reason I love this show was because, and I've said this multiple times to you guys, this to me is a cinephile's wet dream. Like it hits all the notes.
Oh yeah, he's a movie buff.
Showing behind the scenes stuff like him tampering with scripts.
Trying to.
Showing him go through the audition processes. I'm pretty sure, just like Mark, tons of people that are living through it right now in Hollywood could relate to what they saw on screen. But I did enjoy Simon Williams. I did enjoy him as Wonder Man, and I hope to see him in a future project in the future.
So you ended up liking him?
I like him. I thought it was cool. I thought the character Wonder Man was pretty sick. I feel like he's just one of those more realistic superheroes, who's not scared to show his faults.
I think, let me see, two high points for me for the show was Josh Gad.
Oh yeah,
who I don't like, but what he did in this show I do like, because
the Olaf remix.
Not just the Olaf remix, but when he's all like, I forget what he's, the doorman guy.
The doorman.
The doorman episode.
Yeah, that black and white episode was one of the best.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing though. You have a show called Wonder Man, and it's supposed to be about Wonder Man and Trevor Slattery, and then you telling me that one of the best episodes was an episode that featured none of them? We got a problem here, okay? That's come on, the best episode being an episode that doesn't feature your main cast. Something's a little off about it with me. I get it. Great world. It was a great episode on its own. But, if your best episode doesn't... If you're the lead singer of a band and their best song is without you, yeah, we got a problem.
Yeah, that was one of the best episodes. The doorman, the black and white one.
It was. It's also Josh Gad comes out.
Josh Gad.
Which I appreciate, because he when he's trying to convince him to do the movie, and the guy's like, I can't act. Josh Gad, so I can't either. And I'm sitting there like, yes. Was he saying that tongue in cheek, or was he just confessing? Because I feel like it's the second one. That's just me though. No hate to my boy Olaf, but I'm not big on the Josh Gad.
Yeah, but Wonder Man was good. I liked it. It made my number one list. It was very different than anything else Marvel has released. It felt like I was watching like an HBO show.
Okay.
It was giving me a Barry vibes. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen. That's the Bill Hader.
Yeah.
I know.
He's like an actor, and
Oh, is that what he is?
yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was a bookie in that. Or am I thinking of a different show?
He's like a mercenary that's
okay.
trying to become an actor.
Oh, okay. So I kind of got the right idea.
Yeah, and his homie mercenary is kind of like trying to like backstab him. So like kind of like with Trevor, you know, he's kind of spying on Simon for the Department of Damage Control. It also gave me it also felt like the studio. Have you guys seen that one? Apple TV
Studio, no,
with like Seth Rogen, and they're like making like movies.
No, I haven't gotten a chance to watch that.
It was very much like that one too.
That sounds interesting.
But Wonder Man for sure, my number one for the year.
One thing I will say though, like all joking aside, like about Wonder Man, if there's a part that I appreciated, I can't remember exactly which episode. I don't know if it's the end of episode 3 or the end of episode 4, but as creatives, as everyone in this room, even them in that direction, when he gives the big speech, the monologue about his frustration, like I have to see loser after loser getting these opportunities ahead, like untalented, like that hit home, man. As creators, all of us here are creators in one form or another, and there's some things that we do really well we're just not noticed for, but when he gives that monologue, that hit home right there.
No, I enjoyed Wonder Man. It was my number 2 of the year for sure. As someone that enjoys films and enjoys the process of them being made, not even just films, just TVs in general, the whole process of a production team getting together and making a product. You know, this show did very well at highlighting those behind the scenes shots, you know, maybe those situations that people in Hollywood right now are going through with their auditions, with going through a production, you know, and I really enjoyed those aspects as someone who also, like you said, is a creative. So in general, I loved Wonder Man as a show that didn't really depict normally what Marvel likes to depict, you know. And you said it your best. He wasn't a likable character, and I think that towards the end of the series, you were supposed to kind of like him, at least in a certain sense.
I did,
but I think it goes to show that you don't have to be a perfect hero every time. You know, you don't have to be liked by everybody every time. And that's something that just goes with comic book heroes in general. You know, not everybody loves Superman, not everybody loves Batman, but you have those core fans, and I feel like those core fans will come out for Wonder Man, and I'm excited to see him in other projects in the future with Marvel, because he is one of those more conflicted characters, kind of almost to a certain extent of like a Punisher, you know, where like the people don't see him like a true hero, but little do they know he does plenty enough for them. You know, so I'm excited to see where Wonder Man goes from here.
Wait, did you have Wonder Man?
I did. I have it on my number 2.
Number 2.
I'm shocked. I am shocked that you didn't enjoy it as much as I thought you would.
Your 1 and 2 or his 1 and 2
flip flop. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Some pretty you know, select choices right there. Neither Saint Cameos and Wonder Man are pretty good.
Okay. So that's top. That was spoils.
That was my top 5.
That was your top 5. Julio, why don't you take us through your top 5?
Okay. So a lot of them, actually more than half my list has already been talked about.
All right.
Here, and I'll recap. My 1, 2, and 3 have already been talked about. So I will mention. I want to throw out an honorable mention then, real quick, since I only have 2 shows I've talked about. That's okay. My honorable mention is gonna go out to Keeping Up with the Targaryens, House of the Dragon season 3. Nice. It only gets an honorable mention because it's still running. Basically, that's my way of saying they can still fumble the ball. So like, don't end this like they ended season 2, because season 2 was the ending was a disappointment. Yeah. But anyway, so that's that show's still running, so it's my honorable mention. At number 5, actually, you mentioned Apple TV earlier. It is an Apple TV show. I had Monarch, Legacy of Monsters season 2. Yeah. But Jesse knows this about me. I'm a big Godzilla, Toho, Kaiju fan. Like, I have one of the Toho collections on DVD at the house, like 12 Godzilla movies. I'm big into the monster world. We call it the Monsterverse. Yeah. But season 2 came out. You got Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell. Who else is in that? Yeah, she's also in Shogun. Yeah. And y'all can catch her in How to Rob a Bank coming up soon too. So
nice.
Yeah, she's in that too. And it's just about I'm a big Godzilla fan. Look, there it is right there. Yeah. So no, we're fans. So for me, Monarch season 2 was really good. I'm
Is
into
that
that.
4 or 5?
That's my 5.
That's your 5.
That's my 5. So season 2 was all within this year. Wait, did you guys? Have you guys even seen season 1?
Yeah,
I
I
saw
saw season 1,
Okay.
and I'm not caught up with season 2.
Okay,
I saw
no,
like
caught
the
up with
first
season
episode.
2.
Okay. But you guys know what it is.
It would have made
They're-
my list for sure. If I
they're-
finished it.
They're adding context between the end of the 2014 Godzilla movie and between pretty much when the other kaiju start showing up. And it talks a lot about the Monarch being set up back in the 50s after World War II and everything. And this just follows the character of the story, but I just think it's top-notch production, top-notch acting, storytelling is what it is. It's a Godzilla project, but I will say that for people who enjoy season 1, where you only see a kaiju like 3 or 4 times, budget way up for season 2. You see monsters
Nice.
5 minutes into the first episode,
yeah.
and you see more of them. Scale's bigger. So for me, that I put that at number 5. But I mean, it is a bit of a personal pick.
I will say Apple is one of those sneaky ones. Apple TV is one of those sneaky streaming platforms where like everything they put out seems to be quality content, and just not enough people are watching it. You know, you got Monarch, you got the Adam Scott Liminal show. What is it?
Severance.
You have
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Shrinking with Harrison Ford and Jason Segel.
Like I'm saying, Apple is a sneaky one. They have so much quality content out there.
Is that where the Cape Fear is going to come out?
Cape Fear is also on there too.
Not out yet, but we expect high things, which is why I bring it up. So wait, that's going to be Apple though?
Yeah, I think that's Apple. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was my number 5. Okay, moving on to number 4. I'm surprised none of you had it on any of your lists. I had a Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Ooh.
That was this year. See,
that was this year.
You guys can't just Daredevil was like that was the first spin-off show back on Netflix. So and then like obviously they went into Iron Fist and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and then like the Defenders, right?
Yeah,
Then Disney was like, oh, we can make our own shows, right? But then they put out, you know, everything they put, WandaVision and
Loki,
all that, right? So then for the Daredevil people to come back and be like, no, man, we started this. Let's show them how it's done. And then they had the season 1, and then that ended. And then this year was season 2 with just everyone's still there. Charlie Cox is there.
Foggy for a little bit.
Yeah. The goddess of war is there. Deborah Ann Woll.
Karen Page.
Yeah. The Punisher even showed up.
Yeah.
He even got a special.
Yeah, he got a special. The way they did it is the week after the Daredevil season finale. On the same time slot, it was the Punisher, like the last kill 1 hour special. And I just thought it was really good ending for pretty much what they've been wanting to do with that Daredevil character ever since they came up with it way back in the Netflix era. Matt Murdock finally got Wilson Fisk.
Yeah,
he finally got him. Now he didn't just get him; he finally also got everyone to see, Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
It did come at the cost of them knowing that he's Daredevil, but that was a great moment.
It was a great moment.
I am Daredevil.
It's
that was up there with Iron.
But that's like
Iron Man.
But that's like a heroic sacrifice. Matt Murdock was willing to sacrifice the thing he kept most secret to stop Fisk.
That's
a
and
hero.
Fisk gave him the assist.
Yeah,
like, you're a fool, Murdock.
Heroes do that. Daredevil. Yeah, heroes do that. That's what heroes do, man. Like they gladly, they'll gladly fall on the sword to save the people. Gandolfini was in it. Gandolfini
Junior.
So, Gandolfini, someone else that you might catch in How to Rob a Bank, because we saw that trailer and he's nowhere in it.
But he's cast. He's on the casting list. So.
I figured it out, by the way.
Oh, really?
You want to sidebar to that just for a moment?
Yeah.
So, the main character for How to Rob a Bank is going to be Nicholas Holt's character.
Yeah.
And like on my 4th or 5th rewatch of the trailer, because I was freeze framing trying to catch Gandolfini, I realized something when they have a scene where I guess he makes it up to the office of some big bank CEO, and he talks about loss and all the people that have been hurt. And I'm like, oh, Gandolfini's only going to be in this in flashbacks. Gandolfini's character is going to be dead before the movie even starts,
sense.
and Nicholas Hoult will remember.
That makes sense.
To me, that's what because he's on there and he was nowhere in the trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my list. We already talked about the other three I had, which one more time for me, it was Monarch: Legacy of Monsters Season 2, Daredevil: Born Again, Maul: Shadowlord, Spider-Noir, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms coming in at number 1.
All right.
That was it for me.
It's a good list.
But yeah, that does it for my list. And last but not least, we got KiingJesss, man. Give us your top 5.
There's only one on this list that we haven't really gone over, but I'll start with number 5. Number 5 was Spider-Noir. Absolutely loved it. Huge Nicolas Cage buff. I think it was fantastic. I'll skip my number 4 because that's the one that we haven't talked about. But my number 3, of course, was Invincible Season 4. Again, just another amazing Invincible season, and I hope that they keep the production up on that one. My number 2 was Wonder Man. Again, just a cinephile's wet dream. I don't know how you cannot like that movie and not appreciate the backstage stuff and all that stuff. And then my top one was Night of the Seven Kingdoms, of course. The story between Aegon and Duncan was just amazing, and I had so many laughs throughout that show, so I absolutely loved it. But the final one, the one that we haven't really talked about, my number 4 is The Burrows, and I knew exactly that wasn't going to be on your guys' list because it seems like I'm the only person that's watched this out of our group.
But I knew it. I told him off camera, it's The Burrows, isn't it? I knew it.
I love The Burrows. I thought it was a great return to form for the what are they called? The Duffer Brothers. The Duffer Brothers. I was about to call them the Russo Brothers, but that's just because I'm already locked in for Doomsday. No, but the Duffer Brothers, I feel like it was a great return to form. I felt like they had a great story to tell. If you've ever watched Cocoon, which is an old, like 80s movie, it kind of made me feel like a mix between Cocoon and a little bit of Stranger Things. There's something not right within this neighborhood, and now these old people just got to figure it out and try to survive. I thought it was great. The visuals were great. The story that they told was great, and I think it's a show that a lot more people have to give a chance on Netflix. Not a lot of people gave it a chance. And sadly, now it's canceled, but I think that you can watch the show in its entirety and still get that full experience of the story. Sadly, it only got canceled.
I think that's just a Netflix problem, man. Like nothing outside of Stranger Things. How many Netflix shows see a second season?
No, that's true.
That's a lot.
At this point, writers need to adjust and just write closed one season thing. If you're gonna be dealing with Netflix, because I feel like your show could succeed and Netflix might still give you the axe, unless it's that massive Stranger Things
and we've seen shows get the axe and come back, right? Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action one, didn't do great upon its first season, and it got the axe. But then enough people clamored for it to come back that they gave it a second chance. And from what I hear, the second season's doing great on Netflix now. So it is a gamble putting your stuff on Netflix like that. But I feel like with Netflix, you at least get that budget. You know that you're going to be able to put something out good. So it's you're taking the gamble, but it could potentially be something great. And I feel like the Duffer Brothers, they took that gamble with this, post Stranger Things after all the hate that they got. And I feel like they landed with something solid. And like I was about to say, the only reason the show got canceled in the first place was because the Duffers jumped from Netflix to Paramount. And, Netflix has no plans on carrying it forward without them. So if the Duffers would have never jumped, I feel like we would have got that Bros season 2. But like I said, they ended it in a way where it's really up to the viewer what the ending means. And that makes a great ending for like a start to finish season, Like you don't really need a season 2. But they did leave it open in case they wanted to. Sadly, we probably will never get that. But that was my list, my top 5 right there.
I almost guessed your whole list. But based on how many captions you have me write for CCC,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Like when if I've written more than 3 captions for any project, that's gonna be on Jesse's. I could tell by the assignments I'm giving it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I knew the Burrows was gonna be on. I guess.
Well, like I said, I've been trying to tell you guys to watch it for the longest time. I think it's a phenomenal show. I think it really does give you that level of suspense and creepy at the same time, and it deals with something as crazy as possible as a old person's home getting invaded by like a life sucking alien. You know, so
Man,
it-
I'll get to it, man. I like Alfred Molina.
I love that from
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
Molina,
we-
he
we all
killed
love
it.
him.
He was so phenomenal.
We
He's
all love
phenomenal
him.
in everything, but he was so phenomenal in the show. He just
Yeah.
plays that cooped up old guy, that like conspiracy guy, like to 10, and it's just
Yeah.
phenomenal. I love him.
No, we all love him, but there's only 24 hours in a day, and
Nah, yeah, I feel it.
there's only so much bandwidth. There's only so
I
much
feel it, I
bandwidth,
feel
man.
it.
But no, we were all down with the Burrows, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and that's on me.
Yeah, same.
So it might make, when we get to the second half of the year, and these top 5 lists become a top 10, the Burrows might be on there. We might be talking about it again, but because I don't know how much is coming out in the second half, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Is there any shows that you guys wanted to see but didn't get a chance to? Like,
I don't.
you're just not caught
well,
up.
besides the Burrows, or
Yeah,
how about this?
like, I'm not caught up with the Bear.
The Bears, a big
I'm
one.
excited
The
for that.
Bear, okay. Well, I was gonna say, can we give a little shout out to the shows that didn't make any of our top 5s, and it doesn't mean they're bad. They like Stranger Things season 5 was this year.
Oh, was it this year?
Yeah.
It wasn't in the
Between the end of last year and
Yeah.
this year. Well,
Yeah.
it ended in this
because
year.
it's a 2-parter.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
2-parter,
yeah.
so it ended
did.
in this. Didn't it? Like, okay, so it didn't make our list.
Stranger Things is definitely the last season I enjoyed. you
Or
know?
Tales from the Stranger Things, or
I haven't gotten to watch that
Tales
one.
from
I definitely wanna
'85. So,
watch
and that didn't make our list. The Boys season 5 didn't make our for anybody, but like so.
for other reasons.
No, yeah, other reasons, but I'm saying that like we
Just
don't
not
want
caught
people.
up.
Yeah, we don't want people
Yeah.
to think these shows weren't good either. They just
No.
didn't make our top 5s. I know there's a current season of Grey's Anatomy running.
Mm.
That's
I dropped that in season 8.
I peripherally watch it because if my wife's watching it, then there's only one TV in the room.
That makes sense.
I can either tune that. That's when I doom scroll. But so like there's other shows that were out this year, but they didn't make our list. But that doesn't mean they weren't good. We just we haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, like honestly, right now is X-Men 97 is going on.
That's
I just
still
saw
going
episode
on.
4, the last episode. I damn near wanted to put it at the number 1 show,
Oh.
but it's not finished yet, so I didn't put it. But
So look for
it's
that at
good.
the end of the year.
X-Men 97.
Look for
That's
that at the end of
definitely
the year.
making the year.
Okay, so that's gonna be on your list.
Making the list, yeah.
Well, yes, I
End of
said
the year.
that House of the Dragon season 3 was my honorable mention because it's still running. So
You said that you don't have hope for it. Like, you think that it
no,
can still fall off.
I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it as an honorable mention in case they fumble it at the end. In case they get to the 1 yard line and then just drop the ball.
I can tell you, X-Men's not doing that.
No, X-Men 97 season 1 was good, so I know, but it's still running, so we couldn't include it in a list of the first half of the year.
But episode
top
4,
5s.
the one that just came out last week, episode
Okay.
4, that's probably the best episode of TV this year.
Oh,
In my opinion.
okay.
TV, all right.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely making the list for the end of the year.
What else are we missing?
Anything
Or
else?
what didn't we get to talk about?
I mean, I'll give an honorable mention for a show that I did watch, but that didn't make the top 5, and that's on Netflix. If you're a fan of the comedian Bert Kreischer, he released a sitcom show called Free Bert. I enjoyed it. I enjoy his comedy, his storytelling, and this was just a lot of his storytelling like brought to life. So I really enjoyed that. I'll give a little bit of a shout out to the stand-up comics out there. Besides that, I mean, there's like a ton of probably animes that I've been wanting to watch and stuff like that.
Oh, and animes. Man, if we started covering anime, man, we'll be here all day and night, man. Like that.
One that I could give you a preview that I know for sure will probably be on my later half of the year TV shows. Bridgerton definitely is dropping a season this year, and I'm all for it. I know that seems like something that you guys would never expect from me, but I'm down for that. So that will probably be in my second half.
Isn't that ending with the movie or?
No, it's still going.
What
You're thinking about Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. Okay, never mind.
British, both British.
Same.
But that's definitely a show that I'm looking forward to later on this year.
What else? So that's Bridgerton is coming out later this year.
This year.
Okay, I'm not caught up on what's coming up later this year, but like, I just wanted to make a point about anime. For people who don't know how this works, anime is tough because they have a spring release and like they have 2 releases a year and both of them have different anime. So like we really would be here all day trying to talk about just
it's not even 2. It's seasonal. It's spring, summer, winter, fall.
The two major ones are the spring and fall.
That's just too much.
I'm saying so like we'd have to make a top 10 of every season. Anime, so that's maybe we'll get to that, but for now we're just keeping it with shows. I don't know. What am I missing? I'm sure there's a show I'm missing that we.
I didn't finish the Beef season 2. It
Oh,
was
the
good.
Beef season.
That, was that this year?
That was this year, yeah.
Oh,
season
okay.
2.
Beef season 1 was good. I enjoyed it.
Great.
Yeah.
I heard it's
was
different
bummed.
characters.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, so you can.
It's an anthology.
It's
kind of like
it's disconnected, kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
different cast.
White Lotus, I guess, type
Yeah.
situation.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a
White Lotus.
different cast each season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all that we saw or that we were excited for.
There's a big movie coming up next week though that we're excited for. I know we want to talk about.
Ooh.
We talked about it a little bit already, but next weekend we finally get to watch Nolan's The Odyssey. We're all very hyped about that.
We've been waiting.
Goosebumps.
Oh, by the way, quick plug to ourselves. Check out the TBRs on the works of Homer. After this, I don't know if we're going to release those first or this, but we've done our Odyssey research.
We have our man on the ground that read both books to make sure that we knew everything that was happening.
What a headache, man! You all will see.
Hopefully he'll get that to you guys.
Our movie of the week last week was Odyssey based.
Honestly,
The Return, for anyone who hasn't seen it. Ray Fiennes, Julia Binoche, The Return. 2024, good stuff. What else? I've been, you know what I've been watching on HBO Max? They have a bunch of those old like Sword and Sandals epics, like Jason and the Argonauts, and they have like an Odyssey from like 57. They got some. They have like an old version. I watched that.
As someone who's recently read both of the books, what is like a scene that you're excited to see Nolan adapt into the movie?
Oh, okay. So this is strictly the Odyssey then, because
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to that, but a scene that I'm excited for, believe it or not, the Phaeacians.
The Phaeacians,
Phaeacians, whatever you want to call them, because in the book is just so funny. Like Odysseus is like, I can't get back home, and so they hatch up this plan. Like, you know what? We'll take you. We'll give you something. Go to sleep. You're not even conscious, and then you'll wake up and you'll be in Ithaca. And the thing is, that's exactly how it's written. And I'm like, okay, but there's a lot of unanswered questions here. Like, because I want to see what Nolan's going to do. Are they going to get there and then they're just going to play some? Are they going to get there? Like, all right, one.
Just chuck them out.
Yeah. So like, I'm excited to see potentially a scene that is not well described in the book at all, to see if he even bothers to try and adapt it. So I'm gonna go with that one if it happens. Obviously, the Trojan horse. Everyone wants to talk about the Trojan horse.
Yeah, of course.
Spoiler for TBR: that there is no Trojan horse in the works of Homer. Not exactly. Homer put out what he put out. Then someone else wrote a related. Think of like Star Wars Extended Universe. Yeah. Someone else wrote a different book trying to connect the time between the Iliad and the Odyssey, and that guy came up with the Trojan horse idea. And people like it so much they shove it into anything with that. So obviously, cliche, but everyone's looking forward to the Trojan horse scene. So that's one thing. But for me, I want to see how they drop him off, because he just wakes up, and in the book they drop him off with a bunch of treasure. I need to see if that happens as well. Because like, imagine you're some other guy walking down the beach and this guy's asleep. There's like a bunch of treasure. You're like, run off or whatever. What are you looking forward to with the Odyssey?
And that's what I'm excited for, to see another Christopher Nolan movie. I feel like they just keep on getting better and better.
And I still maintain they get better because he's given the free reign to take as long as he wants. He's not being forced to make whatever slop the studio demands every year. Still maintain that.
I don't know, it's tough because I feel like some of his better movies are also like his earlier ones, like Inception and Interstellar.
Yeah, but what was the time gap between those?
He used to drop movies every 2 years. Like The Dark Knight was 2008. Interstellar was 2010. Inception 2010.
It's okay. I still maintain you wouldn't like Christopher Nolan rom-com.
No.
But we'll see. We'll see. if he ever does one.
I've heard good things about British rom-coms, so I can see it. Yeah, I feel like when he was dropping 2 movies a year, he was also still cooking. We got some good works.
Excellent. All right.
Anything you're excited for about the Odyssey?
I mean, in general, you and me, we're gonna get to watch it in 70mm, so that's always exciting. Last time we got to watch a movie in 70mm was Oppenheimer,
Another Nolan movie.
Another Nolan film.
From how long ago?
3 years ago.
2 years ago.
So this one's got to be a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10.
I mean, we'll see. I'm hoping high things, right? This is one, a setting I love, two, a director that I love. So and the runtime. I love when movies go 3 hours, a little bit over, because it gives them the time to tell the story that they need to get those shots that they need to. So I'm just generally, like Boyo said, the cast, everything. Like I'm just genuinely excited for this film, and I hope that it does well. Because if all this I was for nothing and this movie bombs, that'd be crazy.
Well, no, okay, no, okay. Look, it could, quote unquote, bomb financially, but if it's still like a good movie.
Well, I meant like bomb as in review bomb, you know?
Oh, review bomb.
Like, financially, I feel like everyone's going to go watch it no matter what. You know, people want to
I think it has a high break even.
Well, that cast. Yeah.
So I feel like review-wise, I feel like that's where it's going to get scarce. You know, that's where half the people are going to like it, half the people are not going to like it, you know? But like monetarily-wise, I'm sure it'll do well. Maybe not fucking, bust its box office, but it'll do well because everyone's just curious. It happened with Oppenheimer. There was no interest by the masses to go watch a movie about a guy who created a bomb. But guess who was there? I said the masses. I said the masses. Shut your bitch ass up. I said the masses. All right? No one was fucking pointing your ass out. And people still went out to go watch that movie. So it's not really the monetary. It's more the reviews. I feel like the reviews, that's where it might bomb.
Do you think money-wise, Julio, it will make more than? Do you think the Odyssey is gonna make more money than Oppenheimer did?
Define more. You mean more gross or profit margin? Because there's a difference. Oppenheimer had a lower break even, so
gross.
Okay, so gross. Man, probably not. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna gross more, but that's also a shame because had a higher break-even point, it's also not.
What year did Oppenheimer come out?
2023.
Like
23. So that
23, also, and it fell short of $1 billion by like 900.
I think that with that in mind, you kind of have to just compare the gross, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to remember that was like post-pandemic, so
that's
like
true.
Everybody wanted to go do something.
Yeah.
And it just happened to fall that Oppenheimer was coming out. So people went to go watch Oppenheimer. Like I said, the masses in general were not interested in watching about a movie about a guy that made a bomb. You know? But there was enough interest and enough talk from the real fans that people went out.
So at gross, so I think Oppenheimer was somewhere in the 930 million.
A lot, yeah.
So for gross, let's call it 950. To outgross Oppenheimer, the Odyssey has to bring in 950. Now profit margin that's worse because it has to be so like, but so do I think so? No, do I think it can match Oppenheimer? Yeah. I think it can match Oppenheimer so. On gross. Sure. Gross not.
I think the reason that Oppenheimer made a lot was because the whole Barbenheimer thing.
But
there's no Barbie the same day. So.
Yeah, there's no Barbie this time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Oppenheimer will still make more. I don't think no.
Look, I think like when I said, when we got to compare, you got to take those things into fact, because like I said, we're post-pandemic, people want to go out, and then the Barbie movie came out. People are watching the double feature, like there's different aspects that are not in play right now for the Odyssey, and Odyssey is just riding on hype off the name and off the director, like
there's no linked movie, and Minions and Monsters kind of already stepped on Nolan's toes for 5 minutes. I'm sure he was pissed. Oh, first
I'm sure he enjoyed it. No. And then he was pissed.
No. Nolan didn't even watch it. Someone had to tell him. Think Nolan watched Minions and Monsters?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nolan watches Minions.
He didn't watch that. He didn't watch. Someone had to inform him.
I want to ask Nolan, Minions and Monsters, masterpiece or flop?
You get Nolan for one question. That's what you
masterpiece or flop. Which Minion movie is your favorite Minion movie?
This one made the least box office wise out of all the Minions,
and it's the best one though. It's
so they get for stepping on Nolan's toes. They did it to themselves.
Everyone was avoiding that window.
This is why I hate the general populace. Okay, this is why, because Minions and Monsters is the best Minions movie, and it's making the least money.
But do you equate that to Minion fatigue? I mean, I feel like every year or every other year there's a Minion movie coming out.
No, Toy Story 5.
Okay,
that's what I said. Yeah, I'm gonna say Toy Story 5. That's enough reason. Let me pose a slightly different question to you guys. Although I'm the most recent book reader, so maybe I'll have the strong. But is there anything you don't want to see in the Nolan adaptation? Is there any part of the lore, the mythos of it that you're just like,
I don't know.
I don't need it.
Yeah, like I'm glad this got cut or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
No, I don't think I remember that much of it to
Okay.
have something enough.
Is there something that you would like to see cut?
Yeah, I would like to see like the excessive lore cut, or like all the repetition.
Okay,
Like,
that makes sense.
Like Zeus will pop up. I don't know if Nolan's version is gonna have the gods.
I feel like you're asking the wrong person since
No,
it's been Tenet and its repetition.
It is. It is though. I think isn't that Zendaya's playing Athena, so Nolan's version is gonna have the gods, but the gods will say something. All right, now go tell them, and then that character will
go tell them.
And then you're reading the exact same paragraph verbatim. You're like, sometimes I was flipping the page back, like, no, the paragraph is exactly the same. So like, I would like to see Nolan like just drop that. Like we got it the first time. Okay.
The runtime is 3 hours and 30 minutes, right? It's
I think so, yeah. That sounds about right. I'm excited. Like I said, I like it when it's a little bit longer. It allows them to flesh out everything they need to do. I know some people can't sit there for the 3 hours or whatever. They need a break at times.
4 if you include the trailers and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure, because it's always like 30 minutes with the trailers. But I'm hyped. I would say my hype index meter is like at a 10 right now. What is your guys' hype index meter at?
Oh, 10 out of 10 for sure. Yeah. 10. What about you, Julio?
8.5, but just because I've most recently spent the time with the books, okay, and it's like
you got the Odyssey fatigue already.
Well, kind of fatigue, and kind of I can already see.
You burned yourself out before the movie came out.
Kind of. No, but I can tell by the trailers what some of the stuff is, because like I said, I read them most recently for our project.
Yeah.
And I can already see what's missing and what isn't, and also like. The reason my hype index is low is because I've been avoiding the online chatter. Yeah. Okay. And I feel like I'm not even
out right now. For the movie.
Like everyone else is burning me out on it, and I've been trying to stay away from it. So like, to me, if I'm actively avoiding the thing, then that kind of lessens the hype. But no, I will be there. We will.
We will all be there.
We will all
get you our thoughts soon.
Next week, actually.
Next week, yeah. I guess that's it, right, boys? We got over our TV shows.
Seems good, yeah. All
right. And we'll see you guys next week with our Odyssey thoughts. And yeah, have a good day.
Hey, but